Hey everyone, I am Kate and welcome back to the Doing All the Things Challenge, day 24. And let's just jump right into the day. Again, a lot of exciting things in my opinion. So I hit my sleep goal, as we can see, right on the very low end of that goal, but hitting it nonetheless, coming in with exactly 6 hours of sleep last night. And then here is a bit of my walk. Clouds were just too cool on the mountain today, and so just sharing that with you. But I also wanted to point out that I did run down this hill again today. Now, when running down it last time, I ran down it in 3 minutes. And this time my pace was tracking faster, but I was so out of breath that I essentially had to stop, and I was so close, but I just could not catch my breath. So I knew I could not push myself, but got pretty far. So speaking of pace, look at my pace on my walk today at 18 minutes, 14 seconds per mile, coming in at 42 minutes, 17 seconds total. Now, mind you, the route I did today, it is the same, but doing it in the opposite direction. So those times are going to vary. I would expect when I do it the way I did today to see a better time than yesterday's time. But nonetheless, super cool to see, 42 minutes, 17 seconds, essentially setting a new record. So very excited. And I just want to point out yesterday's walk there, 43 minutes, 19 seconds at an 18-minute, 45-second mile. So pretty good, pretty excited about that. And I do want to share, when I started this walk, it took me, I think the longest time or roughly was 1 hour, 5 minutes. So I have shaved at least 20 minutes off of that time. And that's just really incredible as a whole. I know, when I'm in the 50s, it takes me 50 minutes to walk and I'm like, but that's why, is because it's just so cool to see these improvements and to have that faster pace and faster time on my walks. Before we get into the rest of the day, I do want to say I did go live again, and it did pertain to me again choosing clothing to trash or essentially donate. That is a lot harder, than I was expecting. I really felt prepared to do that coming into that idea and what I wanted to do. But my goodness, it's been a bit of a challenge. And when you think about it, my previous live video was the same thing, me giving away 1 piece of clothing for each pound lost. So that was 9 pieces of clothing the first time, 8 pieces of clothing this second time. So 17 different pieces of clothing I've gotten rid of there. And trust me, it's needed. I've got plenty of clothes as it is, but it's kind of hard. It's weird, right? But just looking at it as kind of also releasing the clothing along with releasing this weight. But all right, let's jump into the rest of the day, starting with how many hours I fasted for and how I broke that fast. And then we'll see my dinner and some snacks and jump into ketosis. Here we go. Breaking my fast today at 16 hours, 40 minutes. It was mostly clean. I did have some coffee with cream about 20 minutes ago. Now this omelet is pretty simple. It is a 4-egg omelet split in half, but it does have mushrooms, cheese. I've topped that with avocado, my salsa, and that's about 1 piece of bacon there. I'll probably have 1 more. And then for dinner, I've got some pork ribs in the crock pot. That's a sweet potato steaming there with it. And there's the other half of that omelet. I had about 3 of the strawberries and maybe half of those blueberries as a snack today. It is 1 p.m., but I'm calling this dinner. I have some ribs I made in the crock pot. So yes, barbecue sauce. And I've got some asparagus and a sweet potato that I did add a little brown sugar to while cooking, along with some butter and salt. But this is my meal. I do want to point out, what I had for dinner was those barbecue ribs. Those had sugar. And the sweet potato I made, I added some brown sugar too. So pretty neat to see. Still testing large. I do plan on testing again tomorrow just to see where I come in at, especially after having some sugar. And now for the list for today. No alcohol, no weed, no cigarettes. Walking 2 miles. Did my 1 mile on Sunday, the other one later this week. I am doing Pilates. I'm willing to accept this 5,000, however, open to that. I am eating 30 different plants. I am fasting at least 16 hours. I did my 36-hour fast this week. I am eating lower carb, and I will do my mindful minute or mindful daily. And then I did sleep at least 6 hours last night, so yay, and hoping to continue to hit that goal tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And I am updating and posting daily. I did work my shift. I will drink 3 bottles of water. I've got like half a bottle left. I have had my tea today. I will close my Apple Watch rings, and I did cook some yummy meals at home today, and I am working on that passion, kind of at a standstill as far as Guinness World Records until I hear back from them, but certainly posting a Kate Hart daily still. While we're on list, let's just go ahead and take a look at the updated list here. Today I had 3 additional. I had mushrooms this morning and then the sweet potato and asparagus, bringing me to 20 different plants for the week. I only need 10 more and we're on Tuesday. So definitely going to accomplish this list. I feel very confident about that. And I do want to touch on the fact that the other day I did mention I was having some anxiety as far as trouble catching my breath. That is gone, thank goodness. So excited to share that that has resolved. And really, that's all I have for you guys. I'm excited about the time on my walk today, excited about getting some sleep, cook some really good meals. And I do want to point out, still testing for ketosis after having a little bit of brown sugar and the barbecue sauce on the ribs. So again, I will have these sugars and carbs sparingly because again, I know I keep my carb count pretty low overall as I acquire those carbs from vegetables usually. All right, again, that's all I really have for you all. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up. Oh my gosh, 6 days left. So I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 25.